Good afternoon. I'm Stacey Brown-Sommers. I'm the owner of Mindlink Resources, and I'm excited to be here today with you to talk to you about our new system called Trans-O-Matic. And I love the name, so I can say it just that way. But what I want to do today is talk to you a little bit before I get into Trans-O-Matic about the problem that Trans-O-Matic solves. And that is providing a solution for translation that is both good quality and affordable. There could be a scenario where, you work in a doctor's office, or you work for a nonprofit or small business, or you don't have a big budget, but at the same time, you do want to provide language access for all of your non-English speakers that use your service. And so this is where the dilemma comes in for translation, because you can go to a translation agency, just look in the white pages and find an agency and take, for example, a registration form for your clinic, and ask them to translate it and provide a quote before you say okay to the translation. And so a lot of times that quote comes back and you get what we lovingly call sticker shock. So sometimes those quotes can be very high because they are doing a professional job and using professional translators. And so the intent is, that there's at least 2 or 3 steps to each document where they're translating it, editing it, and providing the proofreading it to make sure that it's in the right format and it looks exactly like the English and the quality is the same as the English. But sometimes those sticker shocks come and you just go, well, gosh, for like a simple one-page document, this could cost up to $80, maybe more, to have it professionally done. And so, say a lot of what I worry about is a lot of companies get that sticker shock and then just give up the project altogether and then just keep it in English. Or maybe they just, they heard about machine translation or Google Translate, and, they use that as an option. In which case the quality is going to suffer. So, and they may as well not have done it. And so that's kind of the dilemma here, because you have your, extreme expensive option on one hand, and then on the other hand, you have a free option, which is great, but the quality is so poor a lot of times it's nonsensical to your users. So what we need is more of that middle option where there's something affordable that you can work from. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Before we get too far into it, I want to introduce a term to you called post-editing. Post-editing is a unique process where the translation will be done by a computer, and then a human will take the translation and improve it so that it is legible by human. So it's sort of like giving a human translator computing powers, like a cyborg or something to that effect. And so post-editing is the process in which Trans-O-Matic can be very valuable and very effective for what you're doing. So let me do a little demo to show you our secret sauce. Like I said, I showed you this document, and say that we work for a clinic. This is kind of a typical intake form, and we want to provide the translation for this document. Here's a bigger look of it. So, like I said, maybe you took this and you got the quote and it came back, $75, $80, and you were like, just for this, I don't know. I don't really have that kind of money to spend on that, especially if you have, 6 or 7 languages you want to support. It gets really expensive really fast. So then you go, okay, well, I'm going to just try Google Translate because, I heard it's free and it has this little handy dandy document loader. So I can just load the document there. I can make my target language is English, and I want to translate it into Spanish. So let's see how it does. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. It sort of kept the format, except the frustration is this is an HTML file, and there's not really a way to get it into a Word file, so it doesn't exactly look like this, which is okay because I could probably spend a little time and copy and paste some of the text. But if I kind of, do a quick view, I can see that, it didn't handle apostrophes very well. So I have a feeling, today's date doesn't translate to hoy's fecha. And I don't even know what's going on here. And it looks like it kind of really messed up the fonts, and here's some weird text. There's going to be a lot of cleanup I'm going to have to do to this to make it legible. And, maybe that's okay because it's free, but, the reality is your time isn't free. So you have to kind of consider that. So that's one option for sure, but let's look at another option. And this is the option of our tool, Trans-O-Matic. Trans-O-Matic, or it's our instant translation tool. It runs by the same process. There's you translate it from English into Spanish. We can select the file and just drop it there, uploads it, hit translation. It's extracting the texts. It's using, now it's going to use machine translation, which is a database of, it failed, but that's okay because I have it here. The machine translation is a database of translated terms that we've used over the years, and we've spent a lot of time training our system so that it can use translation that was done by humans previously, but once it's been done, you don't have to do it over and over and over again. So that's what it does, and it takes whatever we've done in the past by humans, and then it fills in that. And then it fills in the other blanks if it doesn't know with the Google translating. So again, we're using that that cyborg approach to this, using humans and machine to produce this document. And so, as you saw, I did it. I ran it. There was an issue. I don't know what, but I did it before. And so we downloaded it, and now I can kind of look at these things side by side and see how we did. This already I'm excited because it's in Word, which is way better than that HTML format. So I don't really have to do much to change this. And I'm seeing some good things done. Everything's been translated. I don't have weird apostrophes. It looks pretty good, and I might just go with this. And, to be safe, you can do something, I'll show you. You can use Microsoft's proofreading tools. As you can see down here, I can select, and these are free. You can just download them. So now I have proofreading tools installed, and that allows me to review some things, and it'll recommend changes. And just like in English, obviously this is my name, so it doesn't have a translation for that. But so as you can see by the proofing tools, it did a pretty good job. And you could probably clean it up a little more with some of these capitalizations and things, but otherwise you've got a document that you can now use with some confidence with your non-English speaking customers. So that's awesome. But the thing is, what if you get to a point where you just really want to be sure, you don't want to take a risk. So what you can do is, after that's completed and you've looked at it and you think, okay, I do want to have a linguist look at this before I make 1,000 copies of this. So now you can ask it to do a human post edit. Remember post editing as that process where we assign the job to a human. The humans amend machine generated translation to achieve an acceptable product. So let's do that. Okay, I'll just call it registration. Oh, sorry, you probably want to see what I'm doing. Registration, you can say, okay, I want it done by Friday. You even have the ability here to preview the costs to make sure that it's going to be in your, budget, way cheaper than the initial, $80. And there might be a chance you could even, find a lower cost than that with this tool. And so you do that, then you submit the request. It goes to a human being. They get the document, they review it, they make any changes that you need. And once it's done, okay, here it's been submitted. Once it's done, you will get the document back in an order and you will be good to go. Let's make sure that's true. Yep, right there. So when they're done, this will show completed and you'll be able to download, sorry for the mess there. You'll be able to download the document right here. So you've got the whole step, all the documents needed. It's, again, really a slick way to achieve some affordable and quick translation. And if you're interested in learning more about this tool, you can go to our website. I'll pull it up for you right here and just come here to where it talks about instant translation. Okay. Just come to our website, fill out the form here, I'll add a comment. Let us know that you watched our video, and we will be happy to schedule a demo and talk to you directly about how to provide instant translation for your organization. And we'll get you set up on our system and get you going. So we're excited to hear from you and look forward to working with you on your translation texts as they come up, and we'll give you an affordable solution that's going to work great for your non-English speakers. Thanks again, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time at a future live cast. This is Stacey, and I'm signing out.